What's up, guys? So today we're gonna go explore Old Shasta, and then we're gonna take a trip over to the Tower House, which was a old mining district out near French Gulch. It's like right before you get into French Gulch. So I'm gonna go pan for some gold in that area and see if there's still gold around, or if the stories are not true and it's all gone. So yeah, I'll tune back in once we get to Old Shasta, and then I'm going to be cruising up and down the street on my longboard and then showing you guys what it looks like. Hey, what's up, guys? So right here we got I'm not sure what it is, but some kind of old mining equipment. And this is a little park that's right off the 299 right up there, right when you're pulling into the park area. So it is a pretty nice park, as you can see. I'll take a trip around here and then show you guys. This is a barn where they're storing a wagon where they used to haul the gold ore around. Let's go check it out. If you guys want to pause this scene, I'll give you a little bit more time to read it. Here's the inside of the little barn part that's actually open. You might be able to get in through this door over here. I'll go check. It's part of the rail system. Look at that. Let's see how the tires are. And here's this. Oh, that one's pretty cool. That's the actual wagon. The main part of the wagon. Here's a nice little field behind the barn where there's a little picnic area right here. So if you guys ever want to take your family out here and have some nice shaded area to have a picnic, this is a pretty good spot. And there's the other side of the wagon. And right beside this, there's more picnic areas. A lot of little benches all up over this way. I think it's right behind the courthouse too, which is pretty cool. And that's the barn. Well, I guess it's actually padlocked, so you can't open the barn, but it is pretty fancy. Here's another sign if you guys want to pause it and read. There's definitely some interesting history out here. And here's another sign right over here. Try to get a clear, steady shot of it so you guys could pause it and read it. That's pretty cool. Alright guys, we're skating down the main street, trying to see what's good down here. Here's one of the older buildings that's on the street. Cruising by quick first, and then I'm gonna go on the other side and get it up close and then record this side as well. A lot of old ruins. Try not to go too quick. It's all downhill right here. There's a picnic area. It's an old mine at it. This guy's selling some fruit right here. What's up, man? steep, so you guys can't tell, but there's the old blacksmith, general merchandise, a little bank right beside it. Oh, it's a bakery. Huh? I thought I was gonna say bank. There's a little thing down there. I don't know what it is. There's some people's houses right over here. All very old Victorian houses. Probably 100 years old. But yeah, I forgot to say it's like 100 and I think it's supposed to be 110 today, but my truck was saying 108, so I'm not too sure. But that's a pretty cool house up there. Look at it. Super old. Pretty cool. And then at the end here, it's the little old market that's been here for a while. Here's a up close of the bakery and the general store that they used to have. It's pretty cool. And then a little blacksmith shop right here. And that's where the little mine adit is. Right up in there. Hopefully you guys could see that. I'll go up there and get up close videos of it right after I get a pass on by of this side. Just rolling by it. It's a little ghost town. There's the bakery right here. And then across the street, that was the Western Star Lodge. So I'll go up in here and read these signs. So if you guys pause that, you'll be able to read it. It's pretty cool in here. It's like a freaking ghost town. Look at it. Here's another sign. Here's another sign, if you guys want to read it. Let's see what's in this little one. Very creepy. Oh, this one says something in here too. Let's go read it. Supplying the miners that gold rush spirit. A diverse community. Survivors of the gold rush. It's pretty cool. Really, really old. I don't know if you guys could tell, but I'm sweating pretty freaking good in here. Today is very hot, but I figured this would be like the easiest day to do this kind of video since it doesn't take a lot of work. So, hope you guys enjoy it so far. That's the other entrance to the spot we were just at. Let's see what's in here. More of the old stuff. It's all broken down and falling apart. Definitely cool history going on. It's more of the openings. Here we got some signs, so check it out. Hopefully you guys could see it. It's pretty bright on my side, so I cannot see. That one I could see. So yeah, if you guys pause at each of these little scenes, you'll be able to get a good reading on it. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool in here. Definitely cool. I bet it's super creepy at night around here. Wonder how many ghosts. Creepy, creepy, creepy. A nice picnic table right here. And there's that mine shaft, so let's go see it. I think that's the El Dorado mine. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let me zoom a bit. Had to zoom in, so I don't know if you guys heard that. It's pretty cool. Maybe you guys can see in there. Oh, there you go. It's pretty cool in there. And we are off again. Try to slow it down. But here's the blacksmith shop. Picnic tables on the outside of this too. Which is pretty cool. The general store and the bakery. Looks like they probably opened this up for tours or something. But yeah, that's the little town. Old Shasta. It's pretty cool out here. If you're ever in the area, you should definitely cruise on by and check it out. Here's up close of the lodge too. That's that. Pretty cool. And that about wraps it up for this spot. Now let's go check out the tower house. And that's, like I said, the other old mining district right down the road here. So here's the first sign inside the tower house. Here's the little restroom right at the entrance of the parking lot. And there's a sign over here, so let's go read it. So here's the first sign. If you guys pause this one, you can also read it. And then I'll start walking into the little park area. You can see a lot of tailing piles all right off the side of the trail here. Getting close to this little bridge, there's a little sign right here. Here it is if you want to read it. I think it should be clear enough, but just in case. And then we're gonna be walking across that bridge, and that's Clear Creek down there. And that is where we will be panning at. Because I got a permit, it's $1. You can get it online, and then you can come out here and pan in the Whiskey National Park area. That's a pretty creek. That's the house out that way. The tower house. That's the other side. Definitely pretty out here. Here's another angle of this pretty creek. You can see it down there, and I'll get a clip of the other side. And this is the other side. There's a picnic area down there. So once again, another beautiful area if you guys want to take your family and have a picnic. And that's the house out there, so we'll walk around that a little bit. Yeah, it's beautiful out here. Definitely a nice little area to hike. There's a bunch of ground squirrels that were running across out over there. But yeah, it's definitely a pretty area. Here's another sign if you guys want to pause and read it. I'll get it up close to this part because it didn't look like it was readable, so. There's the tower house, and then right there is one of their antique outdoor barbecue pits. So when it was super hot, like days like today, 106 or 110, they would be out here having big old barbecues. So it's pretty cool. And here we have another sign that's right in front of this house. So let's take a sec to read it. Now we're gonna do a tour around the house and also go check out the few trees that are left that were saved from the car fire that pretty much came through here and ate everything. And here's a little view of the yard. You can't do no metal detecting out here, or I would. You know there's some pretty cool history out here. I actually found a trade bead on the back side of the house in the dirt. I was thinking it was a Native American bead, but everything online was pointing towards a trade bead. But it's still pretty cool. It's over 100 years old. So, some of the trees that were saved. Some are apple trees. I think most of them actually are, that are left are apple trees. And this is the back side of the house. And the creek that runs right down below here. So this is the creek directly behind the old house. Looks like there's old remains of a bridge that came across here. Probably for all the miners when they were going out into the fields to work. This looks like the little outhouse. Let's see if you can still peek through the windows because you used to be able to. It looks like it's all blacked out actually. That's kind of sad. But yeah. This is the old house. I think you can take tours through it. So if you contact the rangers, you actually could take a tour. A lot of little chipmunks running around down there. That's the creek. Hearing that all night would be super relaxing. But you'd fall asleep like a baby. And here's the side of the house. The left side of the house. Like I said, it's on a big property. There's a lot of sad history out here. because the people before these white settlers came were the Native Americans, and they had ancestral land out here, which I won't get into it too much, but a lot of the history that you read about is watered down, for sure. You know, a lot of bad things happen out here. The whole tribe was slaughtered. There's a genocide. The one girl that was left was forget her name, but that poor old Native American girl, and they turned her into a servant. So, and then after she earned her freedom, she still stayed because obviously, you know, she wasn't going to leave her ancestral land where all her people and family got slaughtered at. So, but yeah, they make it seem like she lived here all happy and lovey and dovey, but I won't get into all of it right now because, yeah, some people probably don't want to really hear it. But I think one day I will make a video on it, because if you read about the history of what happened to the little Native American girls that were left out of the tribes that were slaughtered for the gold field, they were usually turned into servants or slaves and treated very badly. So it's definitely a horrible time. So, but I'll get back to the hiking along the trail and checking that out, and then doing some panning. Here's a better angle too of the house, or at least a different angle. Here's what that little bridge looks like that we walked across. Another area with picnic benches and a sign. So here it talks about some of that watered down history. Oh, that's what they call her, Kate. But it definitely wasn't her real name. That's what they called her. But yeah, this picnic area is right near this creek. Right near the trail bridge. And has some nice scenery. Beautiful creek down below. Nice area with bedrock showing. Probably because of the hydraulic mining and the dredging that they were doing in here. Look how pretty it is in this area. It's gorgeous. So I would definitely come check this area out with you guys' family. That's the little picnic area right up here. So you can just see how this would be a very peaceful spot to come have a picnic. Very beautiful. Here's the other side of the picnic area. So this is the other view. It goes right underneath this bridge. Yeah, it's very pretty out here. This is what under the bridge looks like. And we'll hike up and over the bridge we were just looking underneath. And check it out up here. Here's the other side of the bridge. There's like an old barn out that way. And those are the signs for the trail. I might try to do a pan right here. Because somebody said directly behind the tower house they found a lot of gold panning, so maybe we'll give it a shot. Might try a test pan out of this spot right behind these boulders right here and see what there is. And then maybe even right behind that right here. Looks like a lot of stuff that was piling up. I don't think you guys could see it because it's super micros in there. But there's a couple tiny specks. Little tiny fly poops, nothing worth it. So I might hike a little bit further up creek. Or maybe I'll dig a different spot, we'll see. But we'll try a couple more pans and see if we can find anything. This little ledge right here, I might take a small sampling out of that. Just to check. Get a couple little scoops and if there's anything in it, that's good. It's super hard. So, we'll try it out. Well, check this pan out, guys. That's a good flake right there, and there's a bunch of micro in it too. So that's a good little spot. I'm gonna try to get up close on that, but that's a good flake. That's a good sized one. So maybe you guys get your pan pass for Whiskey National Park and come out to the tower house and pan this pretty creek. Super beautiful out here. And it definitely still has gold, guys. Alright guys, doesn't look like much. I dug behind the rock this time, and you can see it. But it doesn't look like much. There might be a couple fine micros in there, but yeah, it's a pretty dead pan. And this time I slightly moved this rock right here, just pulled it away, dug a little bit of material out real quick, and that's the result. Not much, but right up against that wall right there gave me a nice slick. So I might try one more pan and then I'm gonna get out of here, or at least try to hike the little bit that is hikeable out here and show you guys the rest of the trail. Alright, from that spot you can see a tiny little flake in there. See it in there? There's another one up there. There's a couple little flakes in that second pan, but that one's trying to wash away. But yeah. So there's two right there and one right here so far. Oh, hopefully I didn't wash those two away. That one's still right there. Alright guys, so I finished panning. I'm gonna try to walk this fast trail. I think it's only, what, 0.2 miles? Something like that. But here are some geese with some baby geese out there. I don't know if you guys could see those guys, but look at them all. Pretty cool. Little herd of them. There's dinner, guys. Here's a little water tank right here. And some of the other trees. The fruit trees that were out here. Like I said earlier, I think all that's left are mostly apple trees. There's a couple more out here. Well, you used to be able to walk back inside there and kind of walk past all the trees. You can kind of see them back there. If I can get this to stop focusing on the fence. It's a whole field of them. It's pretty cool. And here we're back up on the trail. I don't know how far this is gonna go right now. And that's the apple field. And that's the old tower house over there. Yeah, it's a pretty cool area. The grave for that poor Native American woman, and then that owner of this property are buried out here somewhere. I think it's on this trail this way, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll try to find it. Lots of pretty flowers. I think these are wild pea. It grows everywhere up here. It looks like they did some work on this trail. They cut some of these fallen trees and cleared them out of the trail. Oh yes, now I remember. That's where the grave sites are. Behind the picket fence over here. There's all kinds of things running by my feet. But you can see the tower house way over there. The apple field is right over there. And beyond this devil plant that they call poison oak is the graveyard. Or at least the graveyard for the two people. So here it is, we made it. And they even give you a kind of cool bench to sit on right here. And there's another apple tree that's blocked off by fences so that the deer and everything else don't get it. But yeah, here this is. Pretty cool. And there's the grave. Oh, I'm getting eaten by bugs right now, guys. Let's see if you guys could see that. It's pretty creepy. But alright, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And like I was saying, I only did this one so that I didn't come out here and have a heat stroke trying to make a video for you guys, you know. I wanted to still make one, but, you know, not go on such a crazy hike or go super far down into the canyons and all that kind of other stuff. Metal detecting is a little much in this heat as well, so. But yeah, this is the Tower House property. Old mining district. A lot of sad history happened out here, guys. But it is a beautiful area. And it is very, very family friendly. So come out and explore. I also wanted to thank all you guys for subscribing to my channel and liking and sharing my videos. It means a lot to me. I already went past 600 people, subscribers in the last few days. So it really does mean a lot to me. Hopefully I can get some good footage for you guys and keep being steady with it. You know, I'm going to try to post maybe 2 videos a week when I still can to, you know, a minimum of 1. So I still have a lot of stuff to do. I do a lot of work stuff on my own. Plus I take care of 2 kids. So it's, you know, hard to get out here. And the days I can, especially lately, it's starting to get super hot. So that's why I picked this little kind of, you know, hike and a little small pan area. But it has gold out here, like people were telling me. You know, that one pan, that's probably maybe my biggest flake that I've found since I've been out here, you know, checking spots. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. And it's very exciting for people that want to come out here prospecting with their little kids and their family. It's right off 299. You can hear the cars out that way. And there's swimming areas where you can swim, picnic areas, and all that kind of cool stuff. So, all right, hope you guys have a good night or a good day, depending on what country you guys are in. All right, peace.